Oh God, somebody please call the police, please. Oh, it's a massacre. It's a massacre. There's nobody left on the team. Why won't anybody call the police? Oh, hey, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Mid-Atlantic Molly League's Dungeonbowl. We're in week number 4 tonight. And you can see my team. What bashing team did I play against? The bashiest of all teams, Halflings. We got a really fun one for you tonight. Tonight, we're gonna have Philosopher's Song versus Dead and Loving. It's Spire versus S. Beaver. We've got Lizards versus Vamps. Welcome all to the stream. Festoon, BB Nut, Aridus, and S. Beaver. Welcome everybody. Let's take a look at the standings real quick before we take a look at these two teams, and stop looking at this one. In Division A, currently in first place is Odin. It's not. Pivita says, when are we playing? Please say it's before all the MNGs are cleared. I don't know. I never look ahead. In first place in Division A is Odin and Snuffle, coached by Clyphus. They're a Norse team. They're 3-0-0. They are followed by the NC Snakes, coached by Move. They're a Dark Elf team. They are 2-2-0. And the Gutterballs are in third. That's El Nubrina's work team. They are 2-1-0. Over in Division B, in first place is the current Chaos Cup and Spike Magazine Trophy champions, the Believe Broncos, coached by BB Nut. They're a Nurgle team. They are 3-0-1 at the end of week number 4. In second place is Technobab Link. That's my team. They're a human team. They are 2-2-0, and they are followed by the Goodest Boys Strike Back, Old Gamer Mike's Necro team. They are in third place with a record of 2-0-1. And over in Division C, in first place is MAML Nightmare, coached by Festoon, a Necro team. They are undefeated with a record of 3-1-0, with Philosopher's Song up tonight in second place, looking to make that first place tonight if they can pull off a win or even a draw. That's Spire's Lizard team. They are 3-0-0. BB Nut says, you got to draw. What's the issue? No issue. And in third place is the World of Cheese, coached by James Like Snacks. They're an Elven Union team. They are 2-0-2. The home team up tonight is Philosopher's Song, coached by Spire. 13 on the roster. Everybody's starting this evening. Their TV is 1,610,000 gold. They have the big guy in the Crocs, all 6 blockers, all 6 Saurus blockers. They have a skink. They have lots of skinks. They have a chameleon skink, and then 5 standard skink linemen as well. 1 apothecary, 6 dedicated fans, and 3 rerolls. They're going to be up against the Vampires of Dead and Loving It, coached by S. Beaver. They have 13 on the roster. Thad Evans will be out with an injury this week. That's going to bring them down to 12. That's plenty to play a game of Blood Bowl with. They have their big guy, the Vargeist, Uncle Albert II. They have a thrower, a runner, 2 blitzers, and a bunch of thralls. 6 dedicated fans, 4 rerolls is going to bring their team value to 1,120,000 gold. And that's going to be 490,000 gold in petty cash going to the Vampires here this evening. We'll talk about how they may play in just a second, but let's take a look at the home team first. This Lizard team, we've seen lots of Lizard teams over the course of the competition. We don't play till week 9. Good. Good. Maybe I can have a team by then. This is a very bashy team with these Sauruses that have a strength of 4. You try to pick up the block skill on them early. You can see Spire here has picked up block on half of them. Hegel here with the block skills starts to eat up some SP. I shouldn't say eat up, but starts to kid himself out a little bit as a killer here. Has Mighty Blow and has Tackle. Has Guard on Hume as well. And then, of course, you have the Crocs and the Strength of 5 with Mighty Blow, and level 2 has picked up the Guard skill. The Skinks, not so bashy. They're very, very fast. MA 8 across the board, except for the Chameleon Skink that trades a point of MA for an extra point of passing ability. But that Chameleon's not a passer. That Chameleon is the Fowler with Sneaky Git and Dirty Player. Dirty Player gives you a +1 to your armor or your injury roll on a foul. Sneaky Git means you do not get sent off if your armor roll is the doubles that you roll. So a very, very potent Fowler. BB Nut says you have B-Dog next week. I don't even know what B-Dog's playing. But lots of skinks on this roster. Lots of speed on this roster. 3 of them are blodgers. One's a sidestepping blodger, which is a great combination. This is a team that wins or loses by the skinks. The skinks are frail. The skinks are not weak, are not strong, and so they tend to have targets on their backs. And if Philosopher's Song loses all these skinks, they're not going to have a team to really score with. Everybody else has very, very low agility with a 5+. And so that's going to be the target for the vampires tonight. They're going to target these skinks, but really, they don't just have to target the skinks. Shame Stone, welcome to the stream, because they have these vampires, right? These vampires are absolute quality. Look at the runner with an MA8, Ag of 2. Frank Drebin, the thrower with a strength of 4 and an Ag of 2. You've got the 2 blitzers with a strength of 4 and an Ag of 2. It is ridiculous. And not only is their stat line great, but it gets even better with Hypno Gaze. They have Hypnotic Gaze. They can take an action. They can take the Hypnotic Gaze action and basically disable a player. They put them in a trance. They lose their tackle zones. They lose any skills related to tackle zones. Bad Ogre. Boo. They lose any skills related to tackle zones as well. And with 5 on the roster, at least 5 on the roster, it's very hard to cage up the ball, right? Imagine you have a 4-point cage and you have a couple vampires come in. They say, you're in a trance, you're in a trance. Now the whole side is unprotected. Now I go in on my blitz and I take that ball away from you. It's going to be difficult for any team really to deal with that. The downside of a vampire team, of course, is the bloodlust that these players have. So the Vargeist and the 2 blitzers have a bloodlust of 3+. The runner and the thrower have a bloodlust of 2+. And what that means is before they activate, you roll a d6, and if they the thrower and the runner succeed on a 2+, so they fail on a 1. All the other vampires fail on a 1 or a 2. If they fail, they can continue to take their action, but when they're done, they've got to end their turn next to a thrall so they can bite that thrall, and it's going to be an armor break. Actually, I think it's an injury roll, not an armor break, an injury roll. But regardless, that means a couple of things, right? 1, you're rolling rushes all the time forever with this team, and we know how that goes, right? 2, your positioning of your thralls is absolutely key. Yes, you can take that ball away very easily with your vampires, but you fail a bloodlust roll, now suddenly you can't move down pitch because you don't have a thrall where you want to go. Even worse, let's say you're in scoring position and there's no thralls anywhere, and then you fail your bloodlust roll, you can't score. You are not allowed to score. So very tricky to play in that regard, I think. It requires a lot of premeditation, setting up players where you want them to be, so you have maximum movement options so that you can get a player safe or in position, or to move them down pitch. And it can be tricky to do. I'm running out of time here. 490,000 gold in petty cash going to Dead and Loving It this evening. I think for my money, they don't have access to Morg. I think for my money, that's a Count Luther von Drakenborg. That's a strength 5 vampire. We've talked about how great vampires are. He has block, he has sidestep. More importantly, he does not have a bloodlust at all. So that's a great vampire to have on your roster. The downside, or the thing you have to be mindful though, is he's so good that you really want to be careful that he's not sucking all your, no pun intended. Okay, the pun was kind of intended. That he's not sucking away all your SPP, right? That leaves exactly 150k left for what I think should be a wizard. But we'll see what SP Beaver thinks here in just a second. 490k needs to pick up 2-star players. Clear skies for this evening. It looks like, you know what? We don't have to turn on. We don't have to. Oh man, that looks delicious. Well, okay, the rats don't look delicious. I don't think we have to turn on red bread. What is with this camera angle? Is that a halfling master chef in control of the camera right now? What is going on? Move says commiserations about the team. That looks brutal. It was brutal, but it was a lot of fun. I think we both had a lot of fun playing that game this evening. But thank you. That's their special ability, to vanish. Lots of money made for these teams tonight. 16 fan factor between them. So Ivan the Animal picked up instead. Looks like there'll be Ivan and just Ivan. Okay. So picked up Ivan the Animal Death Shroud instead. So Ivan the Animal here Where'd you go, my boy? There he is. Ivan here is a strength of 4 player. He has a disturbing presence. He has strip ball. He has block. He has a strength of 4, but perhaps most importantly, I imagine this is what SP Beaver picked this player for, this tackle skill here to try to get tackle on these skinks. That means Ivan's going to be the skink hunter on the roster this evening. Shamson says, can we see the inducements? Absolutely. So I'm in the Animal Death round and 3 extra rerolls. Let's go. You don't need to worry about you. Oh, right. Thank you. I keep forgetting the predictions, man. Let me put that up right now. There we go. Predictions are up for the next 5 minutes. You can bet on who you think's going to win and by how much. Good luck to everyone who's betting this evening. Wait, is this really sunny weather? No, it's perfect conditions. All right. Heavy secondary here for the vampire team. Now the Lizards is set up with 5 on the line. Iron Cynic, welcome to the stream. SP Beaver says, advanced by 3? Really? Here's the kick. Why does that say long pass? What is happening right now? So the Chameleon has on the ball, gets 3 free spaces of movement on a kick or a pass. Wasn't able to collect the ball here. And now turn 1 for Philosopher's Song. There wasn't a advance by 16 option. Clive, welcome to the stream. 2-9 block on the right side of the line to get this game started. Will be a push against Alan Green, the rookie Thrall. And now a knockdown on Alan Green. Look for an 8+. These Thralls are brittle. They only have an AV of 8+. Two-die against Jim McKay over on the left side of the line. This will be a knockout. Again, no armor break. Oh, you know what? Those dice would be perfect for the vampire team. Von Rue with the raid. Thank you very, very much. Welcome, Raiders. Good to see you, Von Rue. Hope your stream went well. Two-die blitz against Father Mayhe over in the right wide zone. Gets the knockdown, no armor break. Welcome to the stream. Welcome, Raiders. Welcome, Von Rue. How was your stream this evening? Good 3+ pickup. Now the ball's in the hands of Descartes. On Philosopher's Song's 10-yard line. That's what the 700. Yeah, that's what I was going to say earlier before I forgot about the predictions. You don't need to worry about bloodlust when you have 700 rerolls. Finally, an armor break here. Just gets a stun against David Everett. 16 seconds left on the clock. And now a foul with 2 assists. I learned today, as my players very quickly left the pitch, that on a foul, if you hear the doo sound, that's when you know it's going to be an injury. That's when you know it's going to be a casualty. Sofiana, welcome to the stream. Cheering for the vampire defense. So the big guy on this vamp team, right? This is Uncle Albert II, the Vargeist. Strength of 5, as many big guys are, but has claws and frenzy, right? So gets to roll those extra dice on blocks, blocks or blitzes and treats everybody's AV as if it is an 8+. This is going to be very, very effective against the Sauruses and the Crocs. That's why that big guy's off the line and back in that middle linebacker position. Sans Sliker, welcome to the stream. Electric Fan says you accidentally do it on your own screen, didn't you? Oh man, if I did, I would have been tabled. Speaking of tables, on my table is... failed rush. Oh, got through the loner roll here to get the knockdown on Hegel. 8+ breaks armor. There it is. Very well done to get the player advantage. 1-man player advantage now for Dead and loving it. BB does says it's hard to bet when I'm not playing. Sans Liker says, remember anyone remember EA Sports Big? Was that? No, it sounds so familiar. On my table is Blood Bowl 3rd season edition. It arrived today, plus the two newest the two newest issues of Spike magazine. I'm very excited. I haven't had time to actually go through it and read it. I opened it up and I pulled out the rule book. That's and that's all I have right now. But I'm very excited. Two-die blitz against Colonel Chi gets a push out of this. BB Nut says, Old World Alliance is OP now. I'm so happy. 5 years of hurt. Are they really? I heard they lost Loner. Yeah, I have the rulebook sitting beside me here, but I haven't had a chance to read it. Man, that's... boy. Two-die block against Jim McKay over on the left side, the left defensive end here. Gets a pow out of this. Breaks armor. There's the KO. And now 1v1. 1v1. 10v10 on the pitch. OWA Blitzers start with tackle. They have real dwarfs. Strike 3 catcher. Oh, man. That sounds very good. What is their weakness? Is it just the slowness of the dwarves? Is it their cost? Are they really expensive? Two-die blitz against Hume. Gets the knockdown. Again, looking for an 8+. Plus, this is an already injured Saurus. Boy, oh boy. The Vargheist going to town here with those claws. Oppo's going to be spent. Well, you know what? That's better than a neck injury. Vargheist with 2 removals now. 2 turns, 2 removals. 1-man player advantage back to the Vamps. Hear those die rolls every time these vampires, including the Vargheist, every time these vampires roll. That's the Bloodlust roll. The Vargheist and the guys in yellow here, the Blitzers, they fail on a 3+. The other vampires fail on a 2+. Tried to get away from the prehensile tail of Bruce. It's going to make the dodge a -1. That's going to be a turnover. Turn 3 back to Philosopher's Song. Ogre's Loner 3+. What? Crocs moves forward to mark Frank Drebin of Police Squad. I could have used you, Frank, earlier when crimes were being committed against my team. 1 minute to go here for Philosopher's Song. Philosopher's Song with 3 rerolls. Dead and Loving It with a massive 6. 2 turns down, he still has 6 rerolls, I know. Gets the knockdown on Frank Drebin, looking for a 9+ here. This is the thrower. No armor break. Ball is on Philosopher's Song's own 4-yard line, over in the left wide zone right now. Very aggressive with this offense. Pushing forward very, very far. They're going to try to control the left side of the pitch here. You can see where they're setting up their tackle zones. The tackle zones look something like this. Right, whoop, a little too far down. But, so they're controlling all of this space over here right now. And now a foul with two assists. 1 assist with 1 assist. That's all he needed. The sneaky gets the thrower off the pitch. And now it is 9v9 on the pitch. Frank, nothing to see here when he passes. A little over 30 seconds into turn number 3 here for Dead and Loving It as they try to figure out how they want this turn to go. The Lizards very far to the left here. Here's that failed Bloodlust roll. So now the Vargeist is going to need to end its turn next to a Thrall, or else it will be a turnover. And there it is. Now he will take a bite of David Everett. That's a KO. This is the other problem with Vamps, right? Because of that Bloodlust roll, and these Thralls only have an AV of 8. It's well, actually, it doesn't even matter what the AV is, but with having an AV of 8 plus your Bloodlust, right? These Thralls go down very quickly, right? Bloodlust is that injury roll, so your vampires start pun is intended, but chewing into your team. But also your opponents, because they're AV8, are beating up on those Thralls as well. So you start to lose players very quickly. And once you're out of Thralls, you're in trouble. Ivy says, oh, I see how it is. Boo! You know what? I deserve that boo. There's another failed Bloodlust roll on the Blitz. Gonna spend the reroll. Rolled Snake Eyes. And who's the Blitz target? Must have been the ball carrier. So he might just go for the Blitz. He can still finish this activation. He can also choose to not Blitz and move. When you fail a Bloodlust roll, you can choose to redeclare your action, but he's going to go for the Blitz instead, uses another reroll, and just gets a push out of this. Needed a POW on the Blodger, and this will be the end of the turn. Actually, okay. BB Nut says humans can only get 3 guard now? Ugh. I don't like that. 2-die block against Lewis Strauss over in the left wide zone. Gets a POW out of this. Another armor break. Another Thrall removed. 1-man, 2-man player advantage? 2-man player advantage for Philosopher's Song. Oh, it's the wrong replay. It's bound to happen at some point tonight. Bound to happen at some point tonight. And now a 2-die against Caldo Vasco. Can't on the block. Got the POW here. No armor break. Bad Dog with the sub. Thank you very, very much. Oh, happy Subaversary to you too. Thank you very much for the sub, Bad Dog. I appreciate it. Thank you for your kindness. And welcome to the stream. Shape says wrong replay followed by ads. Well done. Yeah. Sorry. Dude, I block against Uncle Albert II. Gets the knockdown here. So I finally replaced my bespoke home automation system that I built myself with Home Assistant. Clypheus with the gift sub. Thank you very much, Clypheus. Very generous of you. I appreciate it. Oh, no! Thank you for your generosity, Clypheus. Enjoy the sub, Shane Stone. Wow. Wow. Holy smokes. What a foul that was by the sneaky get dirty player. Comes in on the right side here on the foul. Got rid of the big guy. The big guy does have regen, but regen failed. And now it's a 3-man player advantage for this Lizard team. Oh, I hurt my ankle. Ow. So anyway, I replaced my bespoke solution with Home Assistant, which is an open source. It doesn't matter what it is, but I have been having an absolute blast with it, except I've made some mistakes. So, for example, when I get like motion alerts from like the cameras outside, I need to program in like a cooldown. Because I had an eye appointment today, right? So of course, you know, I set the alarm and whatever, and I'm getting alert. Like when the mailman arrived, I got like 12 motion alerts. I was like, all right, this is wrong. I made a mistake. Another reroll spit. What is happening? Failed the rush, spent a reroll. Got double pushes on the blitz. Spent another reroll. Dead loving it, down to 2 rerolls. BB Dot says it's okay. You have Nobility, Brett's, OWA, Norse, and Zons. Human teams that are actually fun. You don't need to play a boring, dull winner than a fish's wet bits humans. Gee, do you have an opinion on this? Move says, wow, it's funny that you had to admin concede the rest of your games. Oh. That's right. Oh, it turns out, oh, look at that. You've conceded the rest of your game. What's that? I beat you 16-0? Wow. Dead loving it on the bonus clock here. They're gonna try to dodge, and they did. Whoa, die rolls galore. Dodging off the sideline to be safe, and a couple of rushes as well to try to stay in the drive. And now turn 5 for Philosopher's Song. Second quarter begins. They're gonna have to spend a reroll here. That is a null turn. Good trade. Regen does kick in, though, and now the ball in danger. Spent a reroll here into quad skulls. Got the both down result. Got a removal on the trade, but now Socrates going to the ground. 8+ breaks armor. Another pow on a blodger, and the ball carrier is off the pitch. No, he's not. He's stunned, but he's on the ground. I saw the little yellow safe pair of hands come up. I'm like, oh, that's it. That's a KO. Ball's free to pick up right now. Caldo Vasco, the number 6 blitzer, with plenty of movement left. 4 spaces of movement left. Could try to pick this ball up on a 2+. Already took a once per turn activation. So neither of these coaches are new players, but new coaches will often make the mistake of trying to do 2 once per turn actions with the same player, which you can't do. You can only take 1 action. It gets confusing because a blitz is kind of like 2 actions in 1. SP Beaver says I can't move. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Is your clock ticking down still? You might need to Alt F4 out. Looks like we might be having some technical troubles. Looks like there's a bug in the game. Hopefully this can be resolved. Both teams, oddly, have similar problems, right? Or similar weaknesses. It's just what it means for the team is different, right? The Lizards have these frail skinks. They tend to have targets on their back. Once they're removed, it's hard to move. It's hard to move the ball around because they can't really pick it up. For the Vamps, they have these brittle thralls. It's hard to move the ball around once they lose them because they can't get to where they want to be. 2+ pickup here works out. A bug in BB3? Never. Shame says it looks like a safe pair of hands bug. Yeah. Maybe so. There's a couple of bugs that are very similar like that. They might all be the same thing. Ivan the animal here does not have bloodlust, and so he can move freely. Howdy Kajuko, welcome to the stream. Matches are going great so far, I think. Yeah, that's right, Bad Dog. You should look at my team. Bad Dog says, "Oh, I have." That's right. Don't worry though. We're gonna get the very best journeyman we can find. The very best journeyman money can buy. Stand up blitz here by Heidegger. Setting up for the surf. Doesn't even need it. Got the removal. Boy, oh boy, is that ball going to stay on the pitch? Regen kicks in. It does. And it is just to the left of Heidegger here. Huge loss for Dead and Loving It. PB Nuts says if Ava had balls, he would fire the remaining players and play 11 loaders. I will not do that. Although I do need to fire 3 people. I had 3 players lose armor. Nietzsche's dead. Good recovery here on the 3+ pickup. Squeezes that ball into this would-be cage. You can see what Spire has done here. You may think, why didn't he go here? Well, the reason he didn't do that is because he's well aware of how these vampires work. He's worried about hypnogaze. Hypnogaze. And then coming in the ball. Not that there's a lot of players left for the Vamp team, but that's what he's defending against. BB Nut says I would keep the AV bus, make some mockery of my claws. Sure. Feels like it's just giving you claws. So Hypnogazes Schlegel over on the right side here. So it's going to go in on the blitz on the right side. It'll be a 2-die blitz against Nietzsche's Dead. Two-die block. Double pals! Double pals. Didn't even need the pals. Could have taken a defender stumbles result thanks to tackle. No armor break. Where does the ball bounce? Back over to the left. That is not where Dead and Loving It wants this ball. Electric Man says, do claws treat Navy 7 as an 8? No. No. Ow. 35 seconds to go for Dead and Loving It. There are rats everywhere. They look so weird because they're like, they look like, I know they're like scurrying, but they look like they're running at like 24 frames a second. Bruce Bonehead's here for Philosopher's Song. Not the best time to Bonehead. Just 4 skinks left on the pitch here for Philosopher's Song. I shouldn't say just, that's plenty. But you can see the ball's over here on the opposing 6-yard line. SP Beaver says, did you draw on the screen that explains the injuries? I did. I did. I'm sorry. One minute to go here for Philosopher's Song as they try to figure out which direction this ball's going to go. It can't quite get into the end zone. Oh, what? Let's get rid of that. A push on the blitz. And now a mark over on the on Father Mayhew just gets a push out of this. Bitwise Bard, welcome to the stream. This is going to clear the ball. It's going to be a 3+ pickup. Well, after Ivan's gone, it'll clear the ball. 3+ pickup attempt. Probably going to go in the hands of Descartes. Yes, indeed. There it is. Good pickup. Let's see. What are the other cheerleaders? Oh, come on. Boo! Boo! That's a cheerleading squad right there. And they got food. Nietzsche's Dead stands up on the right side of the ball carrier now. Good dodge. Of course, has a free reroll with, well, would have had a free reroll with that dodge if not being marked by Ivan the Animal. Turn 7 now for Dead and Loving It. He started the half on defense, doing a great job of stopping the score here, but now they are just really out of players. And I don't know what their plan's going to be other than to maybe try to knock the ball loose here. It was a lovely joke, Iron Cynic. Two die against Kant is going to be a push. I think it's just the one vamp left, right? That's such a problem. Because you want to have a vampire to turn I was gonna say turn off, but I don't. you want to have a vampire to use hypnogaze. Wow, got the shadowing here by Plato. So Plato has shadowing. He's gonna have to roll that die when somebody tries to leave his tackle zone here. You take his movement, subtract the opponent's movement. You need a I think it's a 6. You need a 6 on shadowing to make that work, which makes that a 5+. Trying to dodge away on the blitz, didn't work out here. Turn 8 for Philosopher's Song. 1 rush is gonna do it. They've got the sideline clear as the Vamps tried to cover the sideline with Father Mayhe, but it didn't work out. Now they can go either direction. Gonna go down the sideline. 1 rush will do it. There it is. 1-0 the score. Very well done by Philosopher's Song. They take the lead in the ball game. Is that a ghost ball? They're not going to get back one of their Saruses. Wow. 1 Vamp will come back, thankfully, for Dead and Loving It. So they're out a number of Thralls. Remember, they're going to be out their big guy for the rest of the game. They're going to have 1 turn to get into the end zone. If they can somehow... I don't see how they're going to do it, especially not without the big guy. If they could get 3 pushes out of this, they could score. Otherwise, they're looking for a timeout. Three on the line and 2 on the end here to cover any 1 turn attempt. All the skinks just hanging back. Cool and collected in the secondary. Dead and Loving It to set up for the final drive of the first half. Again, they're looking for a timeout here to get on the board. There is not a lot of food out there. There's only 4 Thralls on the pitch. Bad Dog says, do they ever put pitches in the shop? I don't know what that means. Here's the kick. The trap doors are going to be out. All right. Oh, in the shop? Like, oh, I see. For sale from Cyanide. I see. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not sure. Nothing to do here but to maybe take some blocks. You can see the trapdoors on the pitch here. If you end your turn there, you roll a die, you fail that die roll. Is as if you were surfed off the pitch. That's not good. Oh, he's got Juggernaut. It's fine. Moves in for the assist after the blitz here to get a 2 die on Heidegger. Only gets a push out of this. .50 seconds to go in the first half of the ball game. Dead and Loving It will be on offense to start the second half of the game. They're looking to get back 2 more Thralls here at the end of the half. 2 will put them up to 6, and I think that's comfortable. Now a failed Bloodlust roll again, and now you can see, so he chose to pass. So he can finish this activation. He didn't need to pass. When he fails that Bloodlust roll, if he chooses something other than moving, he can elect to change his declaration into a move and move instead. That way, he can get to a Thrall and bite the Thrall. Wow, that Saurus is not going to come back into the game. Just 1 Thrall comes back in as well as we start the second half of this ball game. Dead and Loving It back up to 7 rerolls. 11v10, I think. Let's see, 11v10 indeed. It'll be a one-man player advantage for Philosopher's Song. So Philosopher's Song still has all their skinks. They're still in really good shape. The job of the Saurus is to keep the skinks safe and to control pitch, right? You have these strength 4 pieces that's very, very good at controlling the pitch because standard strength is a 3, right? 3v4 means you're looking for 1 assist for a 1 die, 1 assist for a 2 die. That's 3 players. That's nearly a third of your team tied up trying to get a 2 die block on a Saurus. And that's not even considering a Saurus with skills. So they're great for controlling the pitch. They're great for knocking down pieces. They're great on a cage. And they're keeping the skinks safe. The skinks are your ball carriers. So those are the ones that can pick up the ball. They can also, they're very fast and they're nimble, right? They're stunty, so they can get to where they need to be to lend an assist to a Saurus, to lend an assist to another skink, to come in on a foul. Again, it's not uncommon to see a skink kitted out as a fouler, as Plato is. And so Dead and Loving It needs to be very mindful of the skinks. They're very, very fast. They're all an MA of 8, save for the one in purple here. The Chameleon skink comes in at an MA of just 7, but that's still fairly speedy. Haruka Junko says, I'm struggling to try to pick a name for my lizard team. Bad Dog says Jurassic Park Rangers. So I like flight simulators a lot. And I play Microsoft Flight Simulator a lot. I play DCS World a lot. But in Microsoft Flight Simulator, they just released a Jurassic Park expansion that of course I bought. So you can fly around Jurassic Park. Gets to reset 5 players here to move. Gets to move them 1 space here on the quick snap. So those trapdoors still in play. Never seen them be effective ever. I've never seen anyone step on them ever. Turn 9 now for Dead and Loving It. So Dead and Loving It have all their vampires back on the pitch. Save, arguably, I guess, save the Varkheis here. Going to start off with a 2 die blitz. Got the knockdown here against Descartes. 8+ breaks armor. Good armor break. Gets a stun out of this. Loop says they only last a half. Is it a visual bug or a code bug that still has them on the pitch? Really? I thought they lasted all game. Is that not true? You are right. Well, I would say I agree with you if it weren't for the fact that this is marked as checked, which suggests that it's a state issue, right? Like the state hasn't changed, but I don't know. I don't know. I certainly wouldn't test it. Bitwise Bar said I stepped on one once on purpose to see if it worked. It did not. Move says someone step on one to see if it rolls a 1 and gets surfed. You know, for science. Good ball pickup. Declaring the handoff here. Or, I'm sorry, declaring the pass to Colonel Chi. Now, remember, the Chameleon Skinks, they get to move 3 on a kickoff. They get to move 3 on a pass. So the Chameleon gets 3 free movement here. There it is. Now it's a 2+ to a 2+. Whoa. Re-rolled it with the pass skill. Got it in the hands of Colonel Chi. Now the ball on Dead and Loving its own 6-yard line. Oh, rolled the first team reroll here into Snake Eyes on Bloodlust. Oh, man. That's going to be the end of the turn. No, it's not. It's Reese Morgan. Oh, Reese. No, Reese. Reese Morgan gets bit by the ball carrier, Colonel Chi. Moop says rolling snakes is a questionable move. I'd avoid it. Bad strategy. Bad Dog says Claude Two Fingers Fontaine works hard in this game. Dead and loving it on the bonus clock here. They're down to 4 minutes, 40 seconds remaining with a massive 6 rerolls. Shaveson says this is why I stopped playing Vamps. When it rains, it pours. Yeah, it's tricky. It's tricky. You've got some stellar players that are I guess I'll use the word hamstrung by the thralls. Hamstrung by their bloodlust. Not testing the trap door. Move says, unless the player has foul appearance, if you're ever going to base someone with a vamp, you should always hypno them. There's no downside if it fails, and it only makes it better if it succeeds. Fair enough. Bad Duck says, I played 2 games. One that felt like I was cheating. The other one I was down 3 vamps. Vargas included by turn 3. Here's the blitz. 2-die blitz on Colonel Chi. Easy knockdown. Looking for an 8+ against this vampire runner. There's the armor break. Gets a stun. The ball stays on the pitch. Ball bounces back to Philosopher Song's 8-yard line. It's a dodge to get on the ball. I don't know if they want to. I think they're fine with the ball the way it is. Again, they are going to have to watch out for Hypnogaze, but a number of players are pretty far off the ball here. You can see Frank Drebin can't even get to the ball. Two-die against Buddy Fox back at the line of scrimmage. This will be a knockdown. Looking for an 8+. And if you got the 8+, you can +1 of the injury roll. Cleaning up the line here to end the turn. Gets a foul against Bob Franklin. Is he going to go for a 1? No, he can get a 2-die out of this. He can get a 2-die against Father Mayhe. I mean, he can get it against either one, but Father Mayhe, of course, doesn't have the block skill, but he might be deciding, do I want to get that block or do I want to get somebody in on the ball? He wants a foul. Let's go. Let's go. Great removal. Very well done. Great foul there. It didn't even cross my mind. Okay, sure. That's the replay I wanted. So I think if I have the mic key pressed, I don't save. Let's see. Let's see if that works. Yeah, it looks like it worked. Yeah, okay. So I need to not press the mic key. Turn 10 here for Caldo Vasco. Gets a push against Schlegel. Frank Drebin can't come in to help. A one die by Ivan the Animal Death Shroud against Nietzsche's Dead to get a push here. I think this is going to be a surf attempt. Plato is a violent lizard. I think SP Beaver would disagree. That's a good removal. Here we go. Just needs a push. Very well done by Father Mayhe to clear the ball on the chain push. Chain block, I guess. Not really a chain, but very, very well done. Very smart. Good 2+ pickup. I think he's out of movement. And he's got one more space left. Rushes back to get some cover here by David Everett. Very well done to get that player into position with Ivan on the one die to get this 2-die blitz to clear the ball. Turn 10 for, it's only turn 10. Turn 10 for Philosopher's Song. Two-man player advantage for Philosopher's Song right now. Still hanging on to all 3 rerolls. Bad Dog says fans trying to make handbags and shoes out of that skink. Yeah, I'm excited to read the rule book. Why are my lights turning off? There's clearly something wrong. Oh, you know what it is? So when I programmed in the motion sensors, so when I'm watching the game, sometimes I end up sitting perfectly still, and then 10 minutes later the lights turn off. That's what it is. 2-die against Ivan the Animal. Gotta get a knockdown out of this. 8+ breaks armor due to Mighty Blow. And remember, that big guy has a prehensile tail as well. That means everybody trying to dodge away gets a -1. Two-die against Caldo Vasco. Just gets a push out of this. Taking a 2-die over on the right side here. Back on the bonus clock here. We're going to see what happens with Wittgenstein in just a minute. Going in for the blitz. Here it is. Yep. Yes, indeed. One dive. Oh, come on. It's going to use a team reroll here. Oh, no. Didn't get the surf. The ball goes off the pitch. And it's going to get thrown back in at midfield. Oh, what a blitz. Spent a reroll here to try to get the surf on Father Mayhe. Did not get it, but the ball did go out of bounds, and it got thrown back in where a couple of Sarses and a couple of Thralls are. Nobody that's ever even seen a ball before in their entire lives. Spent the reroll, didn't work out. Failed 2+ dodge. He'll spend one of his 17 rerolls here. What a play. I love this. I love this blitz. It's a dodge. Excuse me, let me pick up the ball on my way to punching someone. And now seems to be thinking twice about it. Oh, because it's a double rush. That's why. And now a 2-die against Confucius. Gets a dodge push out of this. Wait, what is happening right now? Oh, okay. Okay. I was like, why does he still have a blitz available? He doesn't. Father Mayhe cleared. Gets through his bloodlust, repositions for an assist over against Schlegel. And now a 2-die against Aristotle gets a POW. Caldo Vasco on the block. Oh, a great armor break. Another skink removed. We're down to 3 skinks. 4 skinks? 4 skinkaroonies. Turn 11 for Philosopher's Song. That's still plenty. Remember, this thrower is insanely a strength 4 thrower. One die block. Oh, wow. 1-die rush blitz to a POW against Frank Drebin. And the armor break. Oh, huge armor break. What a blitz by Socrates. Move says that vampire is going to be so embarrassed in the locker room after the game, getting stunned by a skink. See, that's the trick. See, my team got murdered by halflings. When nobody's left on the team, there's nobody left to be embarrassed. 2-die block over the right wide zone. Gets a knockdown against Alan Green. Another armor break. Another removal. That's a thrall gone. Stallion Fire, thank you very much for the follow. I appreciate it. Welcome to the stream. What are we at? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Is that the count? 4, 5, 6, 7 versus 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So a one-man player advantage for Philosopher's Song right now. They are in the lead. Electrics Man says, your cheerleaders were probably embarrassed. It's a good thing I don't employ any. Bad Dog says, murdered by flings. That happens more than it should. I mean... Oh, no. Well done. Gets a surf on Wittgenstein here. Like, I don't even consider... Oh! Osiris out of the game! This game has become carnage. But I don't even consider it like being diced, like, cause like he did exactly what he should, right? Like, so he came in, you know, found a 2-die block, and then fouled. Had Zug on the roster. I dropped a number of players so that I wouldn't have to face Morg, but made good use out of the 3 big guys and the fouling, and you know, that's what happens. Boy, is anybody going to be left on the pitch in 2 turns? Diving tackle in effect here. Didn't work out. Couldn't get away. Confucius will dive into the space, vacated by Coldo Vasco. This ball's going to bounce one space downfield to the Philosopher's Song's 6-yard line. The ball is clear right now, and an opportunity for Philosopher's Song to collect this ball. They decided to play sevens. Bad Duck says, "Oh, I'm aware. Oh, I'm aware. I've played those flings already." Two-die blitz against Bob Franklin. Gets a POW here. In fact, when I was playing Nick, so I won the coin toss. I was on offense first, and I ended up stalling. And like in the second quarter, he's like, "Keep on stalling. See what happens." 3+ pickup works out. Confucius, the new ball carrier, moves the ball across the line of scrimmage to the opposing 2-yard line. There's two vampires. Oh man, but Frank Drebin's marked out. Plato probably comes around to the right side here. Oh, going for the foul. Let's go. 2 assists on the foul. Doesn't break armor. Does not get called off the pitch. He is a sneaky get. Typically when you foul, it's an armor roll, and then if you break armor, it's an injury roll and then a casualty roll. But if you roll doubles, so the armor roll and the injury roll are each a 2d6. If you roll doubles on either of those die rolls, you are ejected from the game. Sneaky Git says you do not get ejected from the game if you roll doubles on the armor roll. So rolled snake eyes on the armor roll there. A normal player, an honest player, would have been ejected from the game, but not Plato. Moop says, "A friend of mine loves to say, when someone is stalling, pressure the ball or pressure their balls by fouling." Yes, indeed. Yeah, it was. I think it was a sound strategy and the right one. Father Mayhe stuns David Everett. So remember, this bloodlust, that is a straight injury roll. It's not an armor break. It goes straight to injury, so it is at least a stun. So with the teams thinned out here, like strategies change a lot. We talked about this a couple of days ago, but you know, there's a strategy, there's a plan you have for 11 players that when you get down to 5 or 6, that plan may no longer work, right? With the Lizard team, we talked about how the big guy and the Sauruses are there to hold down the fort and to protect the skinks. But when you start losing these players, what happens then, right? Like, you have to have a strategy for when your players start to diminish. Like, for example, in my strategy in my game was to die. Two-die blitz here. It's going to be a dodge push against Confucius. But it is, in all seriousness, it's something you need to consider. It's something I really, really love about this game, right? Like, there's so much agency in Blood Bowl. There's so many things to consider and think about and play and counterplay, right? Like, when you first start learning the game, you learn about the mechanics and how your dice work, and then you start to learn about some of the tactics. You learn about caging, you learn about screening, and then you start to learn about your player composition, your team composition, and then you learn about skills and how you want to kit out your team, and then you start to learn about formations and strategies, especially in league play, right? Game after game, and there's just so much to think about. And then when you start, you think you've got it all figured out for your team, then suddenly you're faced with a situation where you have 5 players left. Now what? Then you have to consider that and how you play against that. So, man, I love this game. There's a reason this game has been played for almost 40 years. It is absolutely fantastic. Plus, on top of that, the theming is fantastic, right? So Blood Bowl hits a couple of marks for me. A, the agency. There's a lot of agency. I love games with a lot of agency. B, I love games with randomness, but the game's not random. I know I know we joke about that, but better players will win more often. And what randomness in a good game does, in my opinion, is it forces you to have contingencies, right? Like if you consider a Euro game or a purely non-random game, it's like a puzzle, right? You start to solve the puzzle. So you try to figure out what your optimal move is, and you do that. In a good game, in my opinion, that introduces some randomness, it's not a casino game so much as it's okay. You may have an optimal move, but it could also fail. And if it fails, did you think about that, right? So you have to think about contingencies. And that's something that that's something I really like about randomness in good games. And then on top of that, the third sort of pillar is the theming, right? This is a game where the theming is directly integrated into the game. It's not a veneer. It's not just a wrap around dry mechanics. This is Blood Bowl. This is football with orcs and vampires and lizards, and it's so well crafted and so well designed that it's just such a remarkable game. I love this. I love this game so much. Bad Duck says, I'm going to need to watch the replay of this game. Need to see who figured out the new rules. Project Network, welcome to the stream. Project Network says, this is my favorite game that I'm not good at. Amen. Yeah, I completely understand that. Yeah, and I agree. I am not the best Blood Bowl player by a wide margin, but boy, do I love this game. Blitz on the ball carrier gets a stun. This is a decent stun here in turn 14. Confucius is going to be out for turn 14. On turn 15, will be down to 5 MA. So this ball could get away from the skink. Boop says, yeah, I like how Blood Bowl is a lot of risk mitigation most of the time with a sprinkle of times to take massive risks. Indeed, I agree, yeah. I just realized that was the last Dead Loving It reroll. Has he spent 14 rerolls this game? Is that what has just happened here? I love that. Oh, man. Oh, that's my favorite thing ever. Uphill block on the Crocs by Ivan the Animal. This works out. It's going to be a push. Ivan's going to stay alive. Dead and Loving It fighting tooth and nail. Tooth and nail. to try to get this ball and get into the end zone. But these lizards are unrelenting. Turn 14 for Philosopher's Song. They get a push on Caldo Vasco. You said he had 17, so he probably thought he had more. Caldo Vasco's getting knocked down here. An armor break would be disastrous for this vampire team. Bad Dog says, when you think about the rule set, the whole game is designed to work against you, but we all live for that next big moment on the pitch. Yeah, and you can just have like really... That's something I actually really like about the rules change from the CRP to Blood Bowl 2020. It used to be the case that you could only spend one team reroll a turn. Now you can spend one team reroll per die pool. And we have seen huge plays because of that. Just really hype, massive plays because somebody had 3 or 4 rerolls that they could spend all in one turn and make a really big play. I love that rules change. Ball recovered here, and now a knockdown on Frank Drebin. Again, if this is an armor break, this would be huge for Philosopher's Song. It is indeed. They do not have to worry about Frank Drebin for a turn and a half. He'll be down to 3 MA on turn 16, and by that point, that ball will be nowhere near him. Very well done here by Spire. God, Bad Dog says, imagine playing 40K, missing a shot, and passing the turn to your opponent as a result. Yeah. Yeah, that's a great aspect of the risk mitigation that Moob was talking about, I think. Like, the game intrinsically makes you think about mitigating risk because the cost is so great if you take chances like that. So failed the Bloodlust roll, so this will be the end of the turn on the Blitz. Gets the knockdown here. Oh, man. Breaks armor. And that ball bounces forward. Not in the best spot here for Dead and Loving It. What am I missing? That should be the end of his turn, right? He failed his Bloodlust. Oh, there we go. Okay, great. Turn 15 for Philosopher's Song. SP Beaver said it had a UI glitch. Boo indeed. Dude, I block against Bob Franklin here will be a push. Really, this is going to come down to this ball pickup, which is going to be pretty safe here with the re-roll. And then they just need to keep Father Mayhe out of the game. Yep. 2 on Father Mayhe will be a push. He needs to end this turn in scoring position, which he'll be pretty safe here. Can't remember. Cant is no longer marked by Caldo Vasco since he failed that Bloodlust roll. He's confused. He's hungry. Plus pickup fails, has a re-roll here. There it is, very well done. And Descartes will take off and is now in scoring position. So Cant can go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. He can get here. And it's going to take it on the right side instead. Oh, even better. Actually, was that better? I think it was better this way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I think this was one rush. But that's okay. All these dodges are minus. Doesn't even matter when you're rolling 6s all day. Holy smokes! God, needed a pal here and got it. Can he break armor? He cannot. My points! Cobblestorm says Dead and Loving It don't have a scoring threat. They do not. They do not. Unfortunately. That's the best they could do is Caldo Vasco. And he can't get there. Dead and Loving It, trying to keep this to a 1-touchdown ball game. They're going to lose this one, but by how much will be the question. TD differential matters for standing. An uphill block with Ivan. Why not? He's not your player. It's going to be a skull, though. Final third of the ball game. Philosopher's Song wins this one. Can they win it 2-0? I don't think he can get in the end zone, can he? Let's see. It's 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No, he can't get in the end zone. Okay. All right, let's see it. Nope. SP Beaver says turns out 17 rerolls is not enough. Oh, he's gonna pass it. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Fails the dodge. Free reroll. Let's go. No! Good attempt here. That was, boy, that was gonna be such a play there. Into the hands of Kant would need a 6. But Philosopher's Song will win this one 1-0. Very well done. Yeah, that was a ton of fun to watch. And with that victory, Philosopher's Song increases their lead over in Division C. They're in first place. 4-0-0 is their record. Look at that. 10 touchdowns earned, not a single one given away. Congratulations to Spire. We'll take a look at the schedule here before we leave for the evening. I don't actually think anything is scheduled, is there? Yeah, so nothing else is scheduled. In fact, I will be away this weekend. So I'm pretty sure that's going to do it for week 4. There's 2 games left to be scheduled. Maybe they'll get scheduled for when I return. But if not, at the end of this week, week 5 will begin. And when it begins, our coaches will begin to schedule their games. And when those games get scheduled, you'll be able to check out and get alerted to that schedule on our website at maml.club. That's MAML.club here on Twitch or on our social media pages on Blue Sky, X, and Facebook. You can also watch previous games on our YouTube channel, and you can even hang out. Project Network says, let's get to next season. We're getting there. We're actually going pretty quickly. Let me put a link to our Discord. I really have to update the sign off there. There's a link to our Discord. You can hang out on our Discord channel as well. There we have dedicated channels for standings, for the schedule. You can also talk shop with our coaches. We love this game and just want to share it with people. We want you to play Blood Bowl. Play Blood Bowl, man. This game is so much fun. Look at that. You could be a giant man bat and eat your own players. You can play Blood Bowl via Blood Bowl 3 on Steam, the Epic Game Store, PlayStation, Xbox, and in tabletop form at your friendly local game store until week number 5. Take care, everybody. Thanks for hanging out tonight. We'll catch you back here for week 5. Enjoy the rest of your Tuesday evening.